Welcome to Daily Reflection, Episode 1. My name is Erik Peterson from shackledevelopers.com. And what I'm going to speak about is my daily reflection, what I've done, and what I could have done better or will possibly do in the future. So what I've done today is that I continued my work on the main website. I wanted to start over and redesign, and so far the design is looking really promising. I even made a logo, so now I have a logo for the company, and as you can see it looks pretty good so far. It's not responsive for mobile. I basically covered the basics, and here we have 4 of the same image. It's only used as a template right now, as a placeholder, because I'm going to use that area and just swap the images. And for here basically it's going to say software development. On the other one is going to say, let's actually take the papers. Actually, papers I made a design on. So these 4 images, it should say software development, developed applications, to-do applications, programming languages. This is just for a start. If I find a better topic to add, I'm going to replace a bad topic and replace it with a good topic. And this is also a template design. I have not filled the titles and the text with what it should be. But that was the whole idea, is that I create the basics of the design and I follow design principles. And by doing that, I can easily create the basics of the website, the structure, the design. And after that, when I'm done with most of it, I can start refining and writing the text I need. So I don't have to focus a lot to begin with. I just need to create the basics. And I'm actually developing a new way, because each time I make an application, I'm not going to use copy paste and do the same project again. I'm going to make it slightly different so I learn more. Because I want next year to create courses on Udemy about web design. Now, this is actually the main view that is rendered, which we see here, but there is no HTML code here, and that's because I create partial views to manage the structure of the code, because otherwise, if I would make the homepage, which is going to have a lot of sections, this file might be 400 lines of code or 500 lines of code, and that's something I don't want. So what I'm doing is that, as you can see right here, I only have a part of the HTML, and this is header.ejs, and that's the header, that's the view I render here. So I write the code in separate files. I can add in introduction. You can see the introduction is really clean, only 29 lines of code, easily managed in one file. And then when I'm done, I just include the view to be rendered in the main view. What I'm actually writing as HTML is the meta description for search engine optimization and the title. The title and description is really important. And I believe you can do this with static HTML. You need to use the link tag and the linked HTML file, and you can achieve the same type of logic that I'm applying. I'm using Node.js Express. So this is how I link the partial views. And the CSS, nothing to really speak about. I'm used to using a lot of inline blocks, max width, so on. Using the font Lato. And the backend is pretty simple. I'm only rendering 2 views, or actually 1 view, and then a catch-all route, and the app.listen on the port and IP address. And I'm serving some directories, and I want to have another directory not called views, so I have to specify the name of the views for views directory. I set the view engine to EJS, so I don't have to write .ejs here in the home, and I believe So you also need to use view and in EGS to even display the views, but I'm not too sure about that. I haven't researched enough. And I'm actually applying the concept to write meaningful code instead of writing efficient code. In this sense, that the variable names, I don't write it app with 3 words. It's more efficient to write app instead of application, but I want it to be readable for humans. So whenever you read application.get, you understand that it has to do with application. So it's pretty easy to understand. And efficiency is something you should really focus on when you have a large scale application with thousands of viewers or visitors actually. But you should always try to be efficient in your code, but don't be too efficient at some points. Like here, it's better to write application than writing app. That's what I've done with the web development. And actually started studying a course on Udemy about the YouTube Masterclass. So I wrote down a few things, the most important things in my opinion. I have done 10 lectures. I mean, I've probably done like 15 lectures, and I've taken notes. And actually I'm going to explain some of these for you. Short notes about YouTube. Videos are more personal. On YouTube, the videos are more personal than compared to a TV show. Built-in community. YouTube itself is a community, so you have a built-in community ready for you when you create your YouTube account. Most people have a YouTube account, most likely. It's easier to get noticed because of how YouTube works. Some keynotes that you should always follow. Produce value consistently, because consistently is the best thing. Is the best thing that YouTube likes when you are consistent. And I should actually add consistency. That's something I should add. Consistent content is king, because you can't just say being consistent is king or content is king. Consistent content is king. Develop your own style. You should. That's basically what determines if you are going to be, if your videos are personal or not. You have to develop your own style. Advanced concepts for beginners. In the beginning, quantity over quality, because while you are producing quantity videos, you will actually learn how to produce quality. So in the end, you're going to be producing a lot of quality content, and it's going to be in a good quantity as well. So it goes hand in hand. So you start off with quantity, and as you progress, becoming better, making better content or editing the videos, you're going to produce quality content. And there's a few concepts for the YouTube that's more comfortable when you have actually been a YouTuber for a while. High quality standard is something you should strive for, because when you finally are growing as a YouTube channel, your quality will determine how fast you grow. And quality content increases the chance to gain subscribers or to be featured on a website. That's basically self-explanatory. The better content you create, the more likely you are to gain a subscriber, and the more likely you are to be featured on a website. So for example, if you speak about like a game review of World of Warcraft, let's say, and you have made a really good quality review, that review might be posted on forums, so you might gain thousands of subscribers, depending on if you have quality content and if you have a nice personality. That's basically one key thing, which is basically develop your own style. and videos are more personal. And then actually I haven't added styling to this yet, so let's add 15 and then 12. So about the YouTube channel, I haven't studied more on that. I just took one lecture because I'm going to bed in a few minutes. Your Gmail account can have multiple YouTube channels. So that's pretty self-explanatory. On your YouTube channel, you can actually create more channels. So you can have multiple channels attached to your YouTube account or Gmail account. It might be necessary for some, but for me it's not going to be necessary, but it's something that's good to write down. And there's a lot of things I can tweak here and add a little more stuff. That's something I'm going to be doing overall. And also I'm trying to actually design a template for this type of videos, the daily reflection. So I believe I'm going to use this, nothing too fancy. So that pretty much concludes what I've done today. So I would say thank you for watching, and please subscribe and like the video if you like the video, of course. My name is Erik Peterson. I'm from shackledevelopers.com. Thank you for watching again. Goodbye.